Welcome back to Green-HillGaming, where I with the whole wide world. Have I been kicked out of Avalanche? Find out in my live stream of Final Fantasy VII Remake. As always, sit back, get comfortable, relax, stay safe, but more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So I have no idea what's happening. Cloud Strife right here has helped out Avalanche, even helped out in Neighborhood Watch, and apparently the thanks is you've been kicked out of Avalanche. So I have no idea what's happening. Has he been kicked out? Well, we will find out. Tifa, what's the crack? Have I been kicked out? But before we answer those very important questions, I want to know, can I play one more game of darts before I progress the story? Because in my previous live stream...
What's up?
Who do we have? What is the crack? Damien, buddy, how are things with you? I'm fine, man. I'm fine now, man. Can't wait to get stuck into some more of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can play darts. That's a shame. So have they kicked me out of Avalanche? Damien, we will find out, man. So you're very welcome to Green-HillGaming, to my live stream of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hope that you enjoyed the live stream, man. Hope that you are keeping safe and well. And to my second viewer as well, how do you do to you? Welcome. That you enjoyed the live stream. So I can't play darts. That's a shame. Because in my previous live stream, I was able to play darts. And I beat Wedge's high score as well. But more importantly, where is he? More importantly, Barrett, I beat your high score.
So what? Now you give a shit about the cause?
That's his response. Well, fuck you, Barrett. Okay. Oh god. Who am I going to talk to? I'm going to talk to Tifa. Not you, Barrett. You can fuck off.
Don't take this the wrong way, but right now I need to spend time with the gang.
This is how she treats me then. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. My god, I mean, like, I came back from Shinra to become a mercenary for Shinra's enemies, Avalanche. I helped them bomb Shinra's reactor, risked my life, helped out your Neighborhood Watch, and this is the thanks I get. This
Cloud wants Tifa's booty hole.
I don't think he wants her anymore, to be honest with you. But that's some funny shit right there. No, he's gonna be reintroduced to a character called Harriet soon enough, which he bumped into at the beginning of the game. He bought a flower off her. Harriet is going to be Cloud's love. Okay, so what's the story like? What do we do, like? Yeah, Barry, I'm gonna go down to your base there and just blow it up. What about real talk? Whoa, what a talk that was! Talk of the year right there. I should go on TED fucking Talks. I mean, I had a short and sweet, like, but that just takes the biscuit. What about you? Oh god, I keep getting these names mixed up. I'm gonna go with Wedge.
Let me treat you to dinner at my place. I can introduce you to all my cats.
I'm only going because of the cats. Like, stay away from me, Wedge. Okay, I'm only going for the cats.
LOL, that part skipped for me. Emoji happy tears.
Wait, which part? This part? Wait, no. This part here. Wait. It mightn't have skipped it because it was short. Listen to what Jessie says.
But he was afraid we'd lean on you too much if
Oh,
we took you alone.
Well, originally she said, we'll talk. And that was it. That was literally the talk. We'll talk. And Wedge then...
Bet you could use a bite to eat too, huh?
He's inviting me back to his place. For dinner. And cats. And I said...
Hey ha 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 ha.
And I'll only come back for the cats. That's about it, really. What's Briggs nodding his head about? He's nodding his head about bike. Can't even talk to him. What the hell? And there's... But it won't even let me talk to Wedge or Briggs. Jesus Christ, I get the names mixed up all the time. Okay, Briggs, fuck you. Okay, so is this going to be what's going to happen? I'm going to attempt to exit and something will happen? That happened in the original PS1 version.
So what?
Whoa, so he's literally going to just...
What's up with them?
Yeah, what's up with them?
Word is he lives in this town. Just shut up and wait. We'll find him soon enough.
Man, seems like the boss always gives us the most shit-tastic assignments.
Find who?
Guess that's why we're paid so damn much.
That's one fucked up laugh.
What are you looking at?
We got a problem? What?
You could.
Hey, brother. You from around the way?
I guess.
Know a big man with a big gun strapped to his right arm? Heard he set up shop somewhere in the neighborhood.
That depends.
Ah. Clever. Smell an opportunity to make some scratch, do you?
500.
That smells shit.
200.
3.
Whatever, man. Let's find somewhere quiet to talk. Walk with me.
And I reluctantly follow.
Got something to say?
What? You looking at me?
What a plot twist from helping out Avalanche
Move it!
to being involved with these thugs. And how do you do, Otku? Welcome to Green-HillGaming. Otku, have I been thrown out of Avalanche? It looks that way. But find out in this live stream of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Glad to have you in the live stream. I hope that you are keeping safe and well. And enjoy the live stream.
Blondie. Don't piss off my friend here. You'll be real sorry.
Unless you got some kind of death wish, then be my guest.
How do you do to my fourth viewer who has just rocked and rolled their way into Green Hill Gaming? In this live stream we're going to find out, has Cloud been kicked out of Avalanche? So enjoy the live stream, and it's great to have you all.
After you, brother.
I have been at home for more than 30 days now, lol.
Most
more or less the same here, man. The same here. We have to do it though.
Spill it. You know where the bastard's hiding, don't you?
He's right here.
I told you before.
Punks.
That depends.
Oh yeah?
Shinra's time, you mean?
Shinra knows better than to stick its nose in my boss's business.
Like I give a shit.
Now we're talking. I use my triple slash. An exclusive ability to this weapon. Hits 3 enemies at the same time. Let's actually assess these motherfuckers. Because it looks like they need to be assessed, to be honest with you. Hoodlum A, Hoodlum B, Hoodlum C, Hoodlum D. I'm gonna go with Hoodlum B. They're all gonna be
Let's do it right.
Hoodlum B. A man wearing clothes. Okay, that's a great assessment. Be worried if he wasn't. Decorated with a gaudy dragon emblem. So what's he from? The Black Dragon of the Mortal Kombat series? He appears to be looking for something in the Sector 7 slums with his cahoots. Cunts. When his HP gets low, he drinks a concoction that helps keep his attacks.
There's a Pokemon Gold and Silver League. Though I don't play it, but yeah, I'm sure you do. Emoji happy tears.
Oh man, go away. Remaster. A remaster, like Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. Man, that would be fantastic, man. Thanks for that news, man. You're definitely taking Chad Middleton's place as me local news reporter. I love it, man. I love it, man. Breaking news, man. I didn't even know that, man. I didn't even know that, like. Thank you, man. Great news.
Remaster.
Great news, man. Remake or remaster. Oh, man, that would be unreal, man. That would be fantastic news, man. I would love that, man. Oh, God above, man. That just made my afternoon, oh, man. Thank you for that news, man. Because I have Let's Go Eevee. I actually convinced myself there a while back that I got the Pikachu version, but I forgot that at the last second. I went for the Eevee version just to be different. And that's a remake of the classic Pokemon games, particularly a remake of Pokemon Yellow. So it would be fantastic if they went to the next game, which would be Pokemon Silver. That would be fantastic. I love it, man. I love it. I gotta look into that, man.
WWE 2K21 was cancelled.
Thank fuck for that, man. God almighty, man. If there was ever one cancellation that I was happy about, it would be the cancellation of WWE 2K21. It needs to be cancelled, man. They need to just go away, man. They need to go into a hole and just die, to be honest with you. Because we all know the shambles that was WWE 2K20. So, 2 pieces of great news there, Damien. Oh, man. The hat trick now, man, would be telling me that Nintendo has announced a remake of Super Mario 64.
Youths are making an 80W game.
Oh god, man. Oh god, man. You could imagine like 2K, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it's their own fault, man. I mean, they want to go like and do something different, I suppose. The like they can't rely on 2K, man. So fair fucks to him, man. When his HP gets low, he thinks possession. Once he's doped up, attacks no longer fillies. What's he weak against? Fire. I'm gonna burn these bastards. I'm actually gonna burn these ones. Gotta fill up my HPD first though. You're afraid of no one. What about some fire? What about some fire? Afraid of that?
Calling fire.
Just lift them into the air. So the good thing about switching up your weapons in Final Fantasy VII Remake is each weapon has an exclusive ability.
An upgraded Switch leak was deleted, or was I dreaming? Emoji happy tears.
No, that is real. That is real. You weren't dreaming. You weren't dreaming. However, the description of this new Switch model would actually, I wouldn't blame you for thinking you were dreaming, because apparently it's supposed to be like a multiple, a dual screen Switch, a bit like a 3DS or something. I have no idea how in the name of God that would actually work.
Was it D-Switch?
D-Switch.
Dual screen.
That would actually be crazy. D-Switch. Nintendo D-Switch. 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 Yeah, man, crazy description. A dual screen Switch, man. That would be really interesting. But yeah, I came across that a couple of days ago as well, so you definitely weren't dreaming. Crazy shit, man. Basically, it has your initials. It starts off with your initials. That would happen. You would not do such a thing. So guess what's going to happen now? I'm going to blow you all away. Win.
Big man with a big gun for an arm, right? Why do you want it?
Oh, they're looking for Barrett, because I think he's the leader of Avalanche. Maybe if I save Barrett's life, he may let me back into Avalanche. Why he kicked me out in the first place, I have no idea.
Hope Mafia 2 Definitive Edition gets announced tomorrow.
Oh, that would be great, man. Fingers crossed now for that one. And maybe even Mafia 4 to go along with it. Be the icing on the cake.
Lesson 1 for life on the ground floor. Get some rest.
So I have my fingers on my toes crossed for you. That you get your Mafia 2 announcement at least. So I've just saved Barrett's life. Can't believe I just did that, but I did. I have no idea why they kicked me out, like. So clearly they have kicked me out of Avalanche. I'm in shock. I'm in absolute disbelief. I didn't have to join Avalanche. I mean, I worked for Shinra. I was working for Avalanche's enemy, for God's sake. I didn't have to join their merc group and blow up their reactors, blow up Shinra's reactors and help out the neighborhood watch. I didn't have to do any of that. But I did. And this is the bloody template. Absolute disgrace. What do you think about it, lads? Hmm? What was that? Okay.
Thanks. I'm sure he appreciates
See, he should. That person said thanks. I must go back to the apartment and rest.
My husband decided to go. Good riddance.
Where's you one? Where's the? Who's still hiding in there?
Oh, being a spy is so cool. Holding position until nightfall. We'll report any developments immediately if observed.
Oh, I was looking. I'll fucking assess that motherfucker. He definitely needs to be assessed. Get up, you fool. Some strange characters living in the slums.
They blew up a reactor so they could save the planet? More like they want us to give up our way of life.
That's Jesse. What's wrong with Jesse?
Welcome.
Who do we have? Oh, I was reading my own thing. Milkman the Gamer. Great to have you in the live stream. Welcome to Green Hill Gaming. They've kicked me out of Avalanche. They've kicked me out of Avalanche, Milkman. Can you believe that? So yeah, welcome to my Final Fantasy VII live stream, Milkman the Gamer. How are you keeping? The new NetherRealm Studios game is apparently a Marvel fighting game called Marvel Age of Infinity. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. I'm going to have to give that one a miss, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to give that one a miss, man. I just think when it comes to NetherRealm Studios, all I want is Mortal Kombat. And when it comes to fighting games, I just want my old school series, like, you know, like the Tekkens, the Street Fighters, the Mortal Kombats. You know, I might even take out Dead or Alive, but I'm not a fan of these comic book fighting games. Like, I did get Injustice 1, I didn't get Injustice 2, just not really into comic books that much, you know what I mean? Not enough to go out and buy a game or even go out and buy a fighting game. So, but look, I'm happy enough with Mortal Kombat 11, you know what I mean? I can't ask for everything, and I'm hopeful that there will be a concrete confirmation of Mortal Kombat Classic Collection, which is a HD remake of Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3, so I'm hopeful for that. And I'm glad you're keeping well, Milkman. Glad you're keeping well, man, in these crazy times.
Honey, took your sweet time.
Wait, what the hell? Why is Jessie so upbeat? Wait. What are they doing to me?
Are you gonna let me in so we can talk in private?
I would like to talk and find out what the hell is going on here.
Guess I'll get right to the point then.
Please do.
Huh. What have you got there?
An apology for not getting you on the mission. Or not. What do you think it is?
A proposition.
Nailed it in one. Gonna have to ask you to keep all this a secret from the other.
Wait, Damien, that's absolutely insane. I just realised NetherRealm Studios are owned by Warner Brothers. So technically Warner Brothers are going to be publishing an IP that has Marvel fighters in it. That's crazy when you think about it, isn't it?
Though, it's a personal matter. Something I need to sort out tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight. You and me, together. I want you to come with me to the Sector 7 plate. I'll give you the details on the way.
That's fine by me, but don't you have a pretty big day ahead of you?
I do, but if I don't deal with this now, it's only gonna get harder.
It really is weird. They're gonna have Warner Brothers from from Warner Brothers who Warner Brothers own the DC comics, and they're going to be publishing a game that's going to have Marvel characters in it. That's just that really is weird. It'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Anyway, I can count on you, can't I? A down payment.
Green-HillGaming, which new game are you looking forward to playing? I have to think about that because so many games that I was looking forward to came out already, like this amazing game right here, the remake of Final Fantasy VII, one of my childhood games, game that I played many years ago on the PlayStation 1. Animal Crossing New Horizons released as well recently. Doom Eternal released. So most of the games that I was looking forward to actually did already get released. But let me think. My mind's gone a little bit blank now, to be honest with you, as far as what games I'm personally looking forward to playing. I'll have to think about that one and I'll get back to you. What did I get? Ifrit materia. So summon. What's got a summon? Summoning materia. Summoning materia grants you the ability to call a powerful ally to your party's aid. A single summoning materia can be set for a weapon's materia. Sorry, I went a bit off track there. I was thinking that there is actually technically, this is canon, this is 100% canon, confirmed by Square Enix, that there actually is a connection between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X. And the summons in Final Fantasy X are called Aeons. So I'm just going to call them Aeons. Or Aeons. So a single Aeon materia can be set to a weapon's materia slot. When facing a formidable enemy in battle, the entity slumbering within a set summoning materia may begin to stir, and the summon gods will appear. So used for really tough enemies indeed. Games I look forward to. I don't know. There's a remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles coming out on the Switch at the end. Oh no, well that too. So I'll talk about that first. That's Xenoblade Chronicles was an amazing JRPG that released originally on the Nintendo Wii way back in like 2011. Really set the tone, became the blueprint for modern JRPGs. You know, in terms of being able to move your character around in battle, changing the battle system forever. So it was a really good game. Had an amazing story, amazing soundtrack. Gameplay was just ace. That's been remastered now on Switch, and it has a really cool art style that resembles Xenoblade Chronicles 2 more than the original. And it has a remix soundtrack as well, but you can choose between the original soundtrack or the remixed. So I'm looking forward to that, but I completely forgot. In just a couple of days, Streets of Rage 4 will be released. That's a game that I grew up with as a kid on the Sega Mega Drive. So it's just been, I mean, oh my god, 5+ years later, man, finally we have a sequel to Streets of Rage 3. So Streets of Rage 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles, the only ones I can think of right now at the top of my head that I can think of. So yeah, and obviously, you know, PS5, the next generation of PlayStation is literally just around the corner when you think about it. So I want to play some amazing games on PS5. So that's what I would say. Are you looking forward to GTA 6? Man, I've been looking forward to GTA 6, man, for the last 6 fucking years, man. So I think that's the answer to your question. That's the only answer I can give, man. I've been looking forward to GTA 6, man, fucking for years, man. Just they need to make it happen now. That's the thing.
Doubt we'll be back before morning, in case you were planning on traveling light. Make sure you've got everything you need before we leave. I'll wait here.
I think I do. I'm gonna go to sleep. I actually stocked up on some of my weapons and stuff like that. Oh, I didn't actually equip my materia. Time enough for that. HP and MP fully restored. I should be able to do it now. Or not. There we go. Materia and... Oh wait. A separate slot for the summoning. That's handy. So I don't have to remove any other of my materia. Ifrit materia. I love it, man. Good old Ifrit. God, man. Ifrit is such a classic, such a classic icon of the Final Fantasy series. He's a summon, basically. They've got different names in different entries into the series. Like Final Fantasy X called them Aeons. But the general name for these really powerful monsters that help you out in tough battles are summons. And Ifrit is just probably one of the most recognizable summons. He's all about fire. Invoke Ifrit to aid you in battle. Roll, deals damage, element is fire, ultimate attack is hellfire. So man, I can't wait to use a bit of Ifrit, but only if I need to. Only if I need to. So I sense a boss battle coming up anyway if they're giving me Ifrit. They're not giving me Ifrit just for the sake of it, I can tell you that much right now. Okay, what I might just do is, I'm looking at the time. I'm realising that she's going to like kickstart the next, you know, chapter of the story, and I probably won't get a whole lot of time in the live stream to really kind of kickstart the next part of the story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one kind of like more kind of like run through these slums. We'll come back here a few more times as well, just in case I don't come back there for a while. Just have one more quick run through the slums. It's like sunset now in the slums, I like it. And obviously I will pop into a couple of shops along the way.
They're gonna step up their game. How? Ain't they short-handed? Absolutely. But with the bombing and all, they're trying extra.
I'm not short-handed, I've been helping you out. Man, this is disgraceful. I have been helping our Neighborhood Watch and Avalanche. Avalanche throw me out, and Neighborhood Watch are like just completely disregarding the help. That's Chadley.
I hope you will continue to help me gather vital information for my research.
What do you have available for me? Wind materia access, I have all your materia. All your materia.
I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
Okay.
Real skill to get rid of that beast.
How about joining the watch? We could use a guy like you.
Check him out. Tally of monster slain has been updated. Got
Any new weapons in stock?
Take your time and stock up on what you need to keep our streets safe.
Bye, Green-HillGaming. Have a good day. Thanks so much for dropping by the live stream, Milkman. Really appreciate it, man. Hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, man. Stay safe in these crazy times, and I will see you next time on Green-HillGaming. And have a good day. Weapons and armor, Iron Bangle. Nah, he's got nothing new, does he? Nothing at all new. I've 3,600. Oh my god, wait a second, I'll have to take a good look at this now. I could get that for Tifa, but she has something else, you see. She has this thing where like she will deal less damage if she's not equipped. That's an accessory. That's okay. That's not armor, is it? That's an accessory. Yeah, it's an accessory. See, the thing about JRPG games, Final Fantasy games, is a lot of talk goes into it. You know, you have to think like, which is the right accessory to use for her at this particular time. Magic power. What do I actually have equipped as an accessory? By the way, I forgot what I have actually equipped. Let's have a look and see actually what I have equipped. Completely forget. Cloud. I have an iron. No, I have power risk gas, which speaks for itself. They increase my strength by 5%. I'm actually, do you know what? I'm happy enough with what I have, and I think I'm happy enough with what Cloud has as well. Time is it? It's only gone 20 past 1. Okay.
I could go for a big ass sword.
What do you mean getting mine?
Gotta say, you're awesome.
Thank you. There's someone here thinks I'm awesome. Ah. He is still inside that pipe. I swear to God, man. I guarantee you there'll be the second and third, possibly fourth part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake project, and that fucker will still be inside the pipe. I think he's stuck. Throw a fucking grenade on the other end, and maybe they're like a fucking human cannonball.
What's the source?
I should try my hand at this mercenary thing.
I should really be following the map, but
I'm not gonna let you sleep over.
I won't.
You
Dogs barking left, right, and centre, man. Around here. Wildlife.
For parts. Looks damn near rusted.
Please give me a job.
I got to look at the map.
Have you asked your parents?
You never know. Sector 8.
You're a real one-man army.
And I can't follow the map in this game at all. It's actually shocking.
I always forget killing drakes is an option when I'm in the train graveyard. Never felt the need though.
That flying thing did you?
Dear God, it's all the way up here.
Much more reliable than Shinra. I've seen that poster.
Oh. If you think about it.
They found out who bombed the reactor.
Ren was completely gushing over you earlier.
Here we go.
Mind if I build the items you buy as local mercs' favorites? They'll fly off the shelves.
Oh, she wants to buy things off me. Yes, she does. I don't want to sell that just yet, though. I feel like, you know what, actually, will, because nobody's using it, so okay. What are you selling? Ah, that's useless. 33 portions, 3 Phoenix Stones, 11 antidotes. I don't need to buy any of your crap. No offense, lady. I love how there's so much life in these slums. Made possible because of the remake. Like, this is on PS4 hardware, like, you know, and it's like just fill the game with NPCs. You can just animate them, and you can just put detail in them, and they just got their own personality. I haven't checked, but I don't think there's 2 of the same people. I don't know that. I don't know if it's sure. I hadn't really taken too much notice, but I don't think there is. So like every single person living in these slums like has their own little personality going on, and I love that. And the slums just, you know, again because it's on PS4, the slums just has its own. Oh, look at that. I don't think I've done one single live stream of Final Fantasy VII Remake where I haven't been distracted by a cat. Me. But yeah, the slums just has a life of its own right now on the remake.
Come on, little guy, don't be scared. I won't bite.
No,
He's sleeping.
romantic.
Leave him alone.
My mattress is too
It's the second person like to me. I like being
Ren was completely gushing over you earlier.
They found out who bombed the reactor.
If you think about it,
I just love when you're running past the NPCs as well, like, and they're just chit chatting with each other, like, and you can kind of overhear things, and they're all talking about what's happening in the game.
That poster. There's one just like
In the original Final Fantasy games, you had to kind of like press X next to the character, and of course there was no voice acting back then. And if there was voice acting in games back then, they were terrible. Look no further than the original Resident Evil.
Probably use this if we clean. I always forget killing drakes is an option.
Good job ridding us of that pest.
Not badger. Starting to follow the map now because I'm getting useless. And there's a couple of item shops around here. There's a junk shop as well, which is where I'm going to attempt to go.
You never should have moved.
You can't hide forever, Avalanche. You're going down. So Avalanche.
Just text, wasn't it, back years ago? Yeah, man, just text. Definitely in the original Final Fantasy games, it was completely text. The dialogue was completely text. You had to read everything the characters were saying absolutely no voice acting whatsoever. Final Fantasy X on the PS2 became the first Final Fantasy game that had voice acting. Some games back then, some other games did have voice acting, but not in the Final Fantasy series. So what I find really interesting whenever I talk about that is, you know how people say, oh, video games are bad, they don't teach you nothing, stay away from video games, they ruin your mind, etc, etc. Like, video games literally helped me to read. Not saying that I wasn't reading in school, I'm doing my homework, but like I spent like half an hour when I used to come back from school playing video games like Final Fantasy VII, and I would read the dialogue. You know what I mean? So, and in Resident Evil, I'd read the documents. So I was doing like reading in video games, you know. So it actually helped me to read. So like, all those people that say video games don't help you, they want to go in and shut the fuck up.
It's like they don't even care a reactor blew up. Hope he's not a bad guy.
Of course he's not.
So I was at the Honeybee Inn.
The Honeybee Inn. I'm looking forward to that section of the game.
Welcome. I'm always getting in new stuff to keep up with the latest trends. You won't be disappointed.
I guarantee you will, because the last time I checked, then you had nothing new. See, still has no new products. Can I sell him anything? I wonder. Items. Nah. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to return to the slums a lot in the game. The slums is probably your hub area of the game. But to be fair, like I didn't progress the story a lot, like, so I'm not going to hold it to him that much. I haven't done any significant progress at all, as far as the story is concerned, anyway. So maybe like I'll progress the story, kind of go forward a bit, do a couple of chapters, here and there, and then return, to the slums. Item shop. God, where's item shop? The map has to load. There we go. There, shop. Have you got anything for me?
If it isn't our favorite Merc. So, what are you looking for? You name it, it's here.
Do you have a remake of Super Mario 64 from Nintendo Switch, please? I don't see a remake of Super Mario 64 on Nintendo Switch. You lied. Fuck you. I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. Good day to you, sir.
Thanks to the
Can't help but take a
Wait, can I play that?
pleasure in their panic.
I know what I can't because
mercenary! Yay!
I love that. I love that sense of. It is a sense of realism that you actually get because you're. The more jobs I did with Neighborhood Watch, it built up my reputation, and the people living here, they all are praising me now. You know, they can sense what I've done in the game, so I like that.
You've done so much for our community.
Thank you. At least the people living in the slums appreciate what I've done. You know. Ah, back to the cats, man. Back to the cats. This is actually literally my favourite area of the game so far, like all these cats. I love it. So like, the slums are literally like, they're literally living under the plate of Sector 7. There's multiple plates, I believe. And the slums are just right under the plates, like, it's the bottom.
Take a
I don't think
picture,
so.
why don't ya?
Where is Seven
One and
Heaven?
only Merc of the Slums.
Mark of the slums, that's me. That's me, that's the one and only.
I love what you're doing for the town, Merc.
See, I'm being praised left, right and centre, man. I love it.
Hey, Merc.
Great job. You are only hoping.
Thank you. That hound had us scared half to death. Thank you. That hound had us scared half to death.
Alright, I had it first time.
No one down here.
Word is you got rid of our oversized rat problem.
You heard correctly. Oh god. I can go this way.
You're awesome.
I could spend all day just running around the slums and having people tell me how awesome I am.
Don't you just love this?
Seventh heaven.
There's no reason for me to hang around here.
Oh yeah, I forgot that, Cloud. I kicked you out of Avalanche.
So he's the rat slayer.
Time to shut your stuff!
It's like they don't even care a reactor blew
Oh
up.
god.
Hope he's okay.
I'd say for the next 10 minutes I just want to run around these
He
slums.
was posted in Reactor 1. Haven't heard from him since it blew
Because with Final Fantasy games, they really are long games, and the story is always long. So, like, if you kind of get the next part of the story started, you'd be talking about like 20-25 minutes before you can even just stand still and even access the pause menu.
I swear, there's charcoal to do.
I wonder if there's anything else I haven't found, like an Easter egg now, or a piece of music or something, you know?
Telling you, man, it's fire!
Cheerful.
It is fire.
Johnny, hope he was joking about leaving.
Come on. Gotta be something in here to eat. Or not.
Something in there to eat. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy to forget like the conditions that these people are actually living in. It is a slums after all, so yeah, Jesus. This guy's something eating out of a bin.
Come on. Gotta be something here to eat.
I am still in shock that they've. What if they didn't throw me out? What if it was like some sort of a kind of a mind game from Avalanche? Maybe they thought that I kind of didn't. Maybe they're making me want to stay. So they're like, oh yeah, not in the next mission, Cloud. But you don't mind, don't you? You want to go back and work for Shinra again, don't you? That's fine. We'll move along without you. And they're going to hope that Cloud is like, well, hold on a second. Maybe I want to be a part of Avalanche. Fixing your bike.
Who's gonna ride him?
A husky
Me?
guy and a lean
Oh,
guy.
actually, I forgot. You actually get to ride a bike as well in this game.
A lot of business.
My sister on the plate came down to visit me, and she looked like a completely different
The
person.
bombing of Mako Reactor 1 has been confirmed as an attack carried out by the eco-terrorist organization known as Avalanche. The terrorists have a history of targeting Shinra.
There are such things as eco-terrorists, you know. Damon, did I tell you that? I think I told you that the last time. Sky News Australia actually had on this politician from New Zealand. I don't know her exact title, but let's just say she was a politician anyway. And she gave her opinion, and she said there's actually evidence to suggest that the fires in Australia were actually caused by eco-terrorists, that it was actually arson. Interesting stuff. What about them things? What about them things you're obsessed with? What, cats?
You're a real one-man army.
Good job, ridding
Wait, I forgot what I was talking about now. Oh, the chocoboos. Chocoboos. Chocoboos, good old chocoboos. I hope so. I really hope so. Oh god, I really hope so. I think I did see some bit of footage. Some bit of, not cat. Pity you can't ride a cat. A giant cat, or a tiger, or a lion, or something. No, I think I did see some gameplay of the characters riding chocoboos in the remake. Good old chocoboos, man. You know me, man. I love myself some chocoboos. I actually am obsessed with chocoboos, man. I was delighted when I got the music, the remix music for the chocoboos. I would imagine so that you can ride them, because they were rideable in the original PS1 version, and they're such a huge part of the Final Fantasy series in general, and particularly in Final Fantasy VII. Like I think there's like a chocobo farm or something. So they they do have a significant role in the game and in the series. So I would hope so that they're a massive part of the remake also, and that more importantly they're rideable as well. So yeah, I love myself some chocobos. I think I pronounced them wrong. They're either called chocobos or chocobos. And damn, Sky News Australia be banging out. Yeah, exactly, man. They're definitely saying what a lot of us are thinking lately. You know, they're definitely like challenging the narrative, and they're definitely reporting things that you just don't hear, you know, on like Sky News UK or RTE News or BBC News. You know, they're definitely bringing up a lot of issues that everyone else just is either afraid to bring up or just doesn't want to bring up, you know. But yeah, they definitely brought that up. She was a politician from New Zealand or Australia, sorry, because the fires were in Australia. Was it Australia or New Zealand, these fires? You know those fires there recently? Was it Australia or New Zealand? I actually completely forget. Either way, anyway, she was a politician, and she spoke on Sky News Australia. Oh wait, if it was Sky News Australia, then obviously it was Australia, I think. The world is changing. Is it for the better or worse? I have no idea. I know, yeah, man. Jesus Christ. They know what they're talking about, man, in the slums.
Glad we no longer have a rat problem.
Looks like I'm not the only one who...
So she was saying that there was evidence to suggest that those fires were actually caused by the eco-terrorists.
We should be learning more about it.
So, like, you know, eco-terrorists aren't just something that you find in a video game, you know, that go by the name of Avalanche. I mean, like, if people want to send a very strong message, and if they have a very strong like belief system, like, and they want to get their message sent across the world, then they will do whatever they can to achieve that, you know what I mean? Watch where you're going, man. You just knocked over the fucking railing, man. This guy, he's just tough, doesn't he? Look at him. Good job.
That flying thing didn't scare you?
You're much
Fight
more
me.
reliable than Shinra.
Fight me.
I've seen that poster. There's one just like it near my house.
You're much more reliable than Shinra.
Take it down. You're right, but they're not wrong.
Why'd you go, huh?
Conservation and the planet are important too.
You're much more reliable than Shinra.
That flying thing didn't scare you?
Some funny shit with it. Kim Jong-un dying. The virus, Chernobyl fire, near the reactors, wildfires. What is next? The return of Jesus Christ.
You're much more reliable than Shinra.
That flying thing didn't scare you?
Man, I swear to God, man, the Book of Revelations is looking like it's looking like a newspaper at this stage, man. I swear to God, man, I'd say, like, if somebody had one too many, right? 2020 being, it's it definitely is, man. Definitely is, man. Yeah, it's an interesting year indeed, man. But I'd say if somebody had one too many, okay, and they came home from a really late night, and they were just like, they were completely like fucking completely langers, right? And they just like grabbed the nearest thing to them, and it was the Book of Revelations. They started reading it. They'd actually be convinced they're reading a fucking newspaper.
Boy, I'd love to work on the plate.
So definitely interesting times, man. That is happening, and that is about to happen. Everyone's saying 2019 was bad, that they all want to go back. Exactly, man. Christ almighty, man. We thought, like, you know, even like we thought like 2018, 2019, but like 2020 is definitely going to be a year to be remembered. 100%.
I'm gonna hunt down those criminals and bring them to justice no matter what.
Really? You sure about that? Sure. But yeah, 2020.
I assume you've heard about
interesting year.
who went missing in the graveyard?
Did you hear about the Irish Examiner? No.
Apparently.
What's up with the Irish Examiner?
My mattress is too hard.
This is so funny. My mattress is so hard. The kind of things that these characters like say, like, is amazing.
much more reliable than Shinra.
I actually can't wait to use Ifrit.
I saw it first! Got it?
You saw what? The fucking 5G tower. This guy. Characters are hilarious.
Get out of there!
They were banned from going into press meeting about the virus because they were releasing real news. Jesus Christ, man, that's actually, it's so real, isn't it? Like, it's like so startling, you know. You got people who want to report, you got people who want to be journalists, you got people who want to speak the truth and, you know, just report their findings, and they're being completely shut down, they're being completely silenced, and all you have is people throwing the terms fake news at them and calling them dangerous people, and it's just, God almighty, man. I think it would be nice if we could all just live in a world where people could just have their opinion, you know, just have a very, like, honest and frank conversation about these things instead of being completely silenced. You know, it's actually shocking, to be honest with you. Crazy times, man. 2020, crazy. I'm telling you, there are way more cases and deaths. I would believe you, because there's so much that can go wrong with these testings as well. Like, you know, some people could be like, you could have a case where someone is falsely diagnosed, you could have a case where more people actually have it, you could have a case where you just don't know, like, with all these statistics that are thrown out there, you know. Oh, some crazy stats coming up here. This guy's still looking for his meal. Ah, the dog. I feel more bad about the dog, to be honest. That's all with the case. Now we always feel more sympathy for the animal. God, I think I definitely have explored the ins and outs of the slums, that's for sure. So I look forward to progressing the story the next time I play Final Fantasy VII. I think I might actually just take a little break from Final Fantasy VII in the next live stream. Might play a bit of Project Resistance, or Resident Evil Resistance, or else I might go back to Resident Evil 3 Remake in hardcore difficulty. I think the last time I finally defeated Nemesis.
The way Gwen talks about you, you're the best thing since Mako.
5 days back, we had 750 something deaths. We added another 30, which brought it to 780. That would be accurate. 50, 60, 70. I had to add it up in my head. Okay. Yeah, I have noticed all these stats are all over the place. The one thing that kind of startled me was when I think it was the main guy from the HSC. He was saying that the peak was that the curve was stomped, and that there was going to be no peak. And then like literally a couple of days after that, like there literally was a peak in terms of confirmed cases and people who died. So the people that we're supposed to trust and the people that we're supposed to actually rely on are giving us very like mixed stats. You know what I mean? So it's not really kind of it's not really trustworthy, is it? Like, you know. So then you have someone like me and you, like, you know, and like what you're doing right now, like, which is actually presenting like the other side, presenting, you know, presenting other information, and then people react to that by saying, "Oh, what are you talking about? It's fake news. You can't be saying that, blah blah blah." But then the people who are actually working for the HSC and the government, what are they doing? I mean, they're giving us false facts too, like. All of a sudden, when the Eye of Stemon was at the press meeting, every reporter slash journalist was told there was a backlog of 200 plus deaths, which brought us to one. Yeah, that's all you ever hear. That's all you ever hear. All you ever hear is things like, "Oh, there's a backlog now, so we have to add these numbers." So I think you're spot on, man. I think they're not giving us the correct information at all, and I think there's far more cases far more deaths as well. And I just think that they're just not telling us everything. They were banned. The very next press meeting. There you go, man. Banned for reporting the real news. Banned for reporting the real news and being branded as fake news reporters. Crazy times, man. Crazy times indeed. Okie dokie, that is the end of the live stream. So it looks like I have indeed been thrown out of Avalanche. What an absolute disgrace, huh? I mean, I helped out Avalanche blow up Shinra's reactor, risking my life to bring down the very company I used to work for. I helped out Avalanche and they threw me out. My God, huh? And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks. Catch you in the next one. I will indeed, buddy. And listen, thank you so much for watching, man. And thanks for being so interactive, man. Thanks for that news about Pokemon, man. I love that. And thanks for giving your opinion about coronavirus, man. I love it, man. Speaking the truth, man. Saying as it is. I love it, man. Listen, stay safe, and I will see you in the next live stream.